Okay boys, welcome back to another Fortnite video. In today's video, we're doing something a bit different. You know me for talking about rotations, how to take high ground, the best layers, the best weapons. But today, we're starting a full new series on the channel, and it's going to be all about mechanics. I haven't decided a name for the series yet, so that's a good job for you boys to hop into the comments and let me know what I should call this series. We're going to be focusing on everything from building, editing, aim, all the different techniques. We're going to be going super in depth. And today specifically, we're focusing on how to edit like an absolute god. Specifically, what we're looking at is how to triple edit and get those double edits off and stop scuffing your edits. Edit with more precision, meaning it doesn't take as long. Therefore, you edit faster. There's a lot of different stuff we're going to dive into in this video. So with that said, make sure you like the video. Obviously, comment down below what you need help with next. We can do building, we can do aim, we can do shotgun aim, we can do SMG aim, tracking. We can do everything. With that said, again, make sure you're subscribed, hit that like button. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'm out of here. See you in the end. Alright boys, so I'm one-on-one with you here in this video. I want to explain to you the best ways to improve your editing and just be an absolute machine when it comes to it. So to start off this video, I want to go in depth on click timing. Click timing is very important because it's the #1 thing that scuffs a player. And it's because they're trying to click too fast. It's important to get down how fast you have to click. Like for me right now, you cannot see this blueprint schematic type thing on my screen. That's the one thing you don't want to see. So look, you can't even see my squares, you get me? That's the way you want to be when you're editing. But this is the most important part. You can see I went for a top 3 edit right there, but I scuffed it. You get me? Because a lot of people are trying too fast. So what I did right there was went like that. Like this. I can't even scuff because I'm not trying to, but see the way it happens sometimes? Because I'm going too fast. They need to understand that you actually improve editing by editing super slow. Okay, this is the way I improve editing, is just focus on the centerpiece, these 3 pieces right here, and just focus on, you know, getting a nice, like, see right there, I'm on a low sense, so I'm scuffing it a lot. That's no excuse, but it's just something that everyone needs to consistently practice on. And when you do that, you end up becoming like, when I go for a triple edit, I'm going to try and attempt a triple edit right now, but when you go for it, I'm not being like super fast. I'm like, I can be faster, like if you want me to, like, you get me? But it's a build-up. That's why you start off with making as minimal movements as possible. And I know you've probably, oh Jesus Christ, but I know you've probably heard that before. But here's something you probably didn't hear. It's not the actual best way to edit when you're in a wall edit. It's good for, you know, if you want to try and get a triple edit off fast to move super minimal. But when it comes to a wall edit, it's kind of not the opposite, because let's say sensitivity, low sense versus high sense when editing. If you're on a high sense, you're going to be like this. Get me? It's going to be like sometimes you're going to fly up here when you're editing. Like your crosshair does not need to be up here, it needs to be down here. You get me? That's very bad when you're on super high. On the other hand, when you're on super low, let's say you go for a bottom 4. Sometimes like you'd be like this. Get me? And you're just like that. Get me? It's inconsistent. You end up catching a door like that, or like that, trying to do like a bottom 3. And I know controller players get that a lot, where they go like that. But that's because you're moving too small, because you're trying to be micro about it. I'm trying to do what I said, like you don't need to actually edit fast, you just need to, Jesus Christ, not put yourself in a cone. Damn. See what there? See what there when I scuff that edit? Because I'm moving my crosshair too small. So the best way to edit a wall is not super small. It's the fastest way, but it's not the most consistent way, because you will scuff. Out here is not the best way, it's probably the worst way. But if you play like something in the middle, so you're not playing super close to this, not like that, okay, or not like that, but when you play in the middle, you're going to be the most consistent. You're not going to be the fastest, but who gives a shit if you're the fastest editor and can't hit your shot? You get what I'm saying? It's all about consistency. And you know, you want to see, like, for example, I could do this edit. If I did this edit like this, okay, sure, I can pull it off and I can practice resetting it and doing it like this all day, and it would be super beneficial. But there's going to be that one time when my hand on my mouse is a bit shaky, and because I'm playing with such a kind of tight arrow, like tight space right here, I can scuff. I can go like that, and maybe I don't want that edit, and I reset to hit this guy, but he can hit me, I can't hit him because he's on a cone. That's one thing about this edit that I hate, is that it's super hard. Your crosshair just gets blocked. It's super hard to hit him for a good damage. Even when you jump, he can still see like a good portion of your body if he's ducked right here. But that's not what we're talking about. Here though, on the other hand, if you play this medium area, overall you can develop a good bit of speed. You don't have to be like risking super, I guess, just stupid things. You get what I'm saying? Like you're not going to scuff your edits as much. I tend to scuff my edits a lot because I'm on such a low sensitivity, and I probably don't play the game as much as you because of all the content I'm putting out over here on the channel, which leads me into a great thing that I want to say, and that's that you should probably subscribe if you're enjoying this video right now, because we're coming towards the end of it. I know it's not a long video, but I just want to say that it's a really simple concept. And when it comes to actually improving at editing, edit courses are great. Okay, I understand that. I respect that. I've built an edit course that Epic Games didn't let me publish, which I'm still salty over. But it's a great way to build muscle memory for editing. It's not a great way to improve edits because you're fighting against yourself. It's just you and creative, one-on-one style, free building, doing an edit course, whatever it is. But when you play Zone Wars, it focuses on all the other decisions that you have to make. And that's where people scuff edits a lot. It's because there's so much more important things that you're expecting your edits to be just automatic. They just happen because of muscle memory. You don't have to think about it. That's what it is for most people, but that's how they end up scuffing a lot. So when you're playing Zone Wars, you've got to think about the zone first of all, then like how to rotate, which method to rotate, pad, peppers, you know, everything else, vehicles in game and stuff, but not in Zone Wars. How to tarp, what layers to be on, what materials to use, your heals, your weapons. Should I go for a pick? Should I just play long range? Should I hop in a box? They're all decisions to be made. So that's all important shit to understand. But when you have to think about editing, it's terrible. And you don't want to ever think about like, oh shit, I gotta do that. You know, that's just, it's not gonna work out for you, bro. So you gotta be thinking outside the box. That's why Zone Wars is the best way to practice editing, because there's so much other shit happening that it makes editing only a small percentage of what you need to be focusing on when you're playing Zone Wars. But overall, it's going to make you better because it's more realistic than anything else in the game. Because editing, there's editing like fighting editing, trying to box fight. There's editing like piece control editing where you would edit, you know, get your cones in and fully box them. And also get this cone out to the right so you can go and be a goat, take his wall, do whatever you got to do. Different ways to play it. There's also editing that's just completely not to do with fights, and that's just tunnel editing. But you want to do a right tunnel like this and leave your, you know, like, yeah, your right exposed. If you want to flip it and do it the other way, I'm not the best at these ones, but you get what I'm saying. You got to understand how to edit. And with that said, that's the end of the video. Be consistent, be a beast. It's not about sensitivity. Practice maybe for the first 3 weeks on a new sensitivity in creative like what I'm doing here, and then hit up Zone Wars for the rest of the time. With that said, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for your time. I'm now in the pause menu and leading you out to the outro. On the left of your screen right now, you should be able to see a full Holly Hedges breakdown. This is where we landed to get this 26 kill game, and that video will show you exactly how we loot it. And then on the opposite side of your screen, you should be able to see a full POI breakdown playlist, and you can find any POI in there and a full analysis to go with it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Make sure you're subscribed.